1955 brought lefty fireballer Herb Score, who recorded 245 strikeouts, a rookie record that still stands in the American League. The following year saw the emergence of Rocky Colavito in right, whose arm and bat brought continued hope to Cleveland. But 1957 began an onslaught of bad luck and hard times for the Tribe. Score was hit in the eye by a line drive, essentially ending his promising career. 54 trades in a 3-year span saw the likes of Roger Maris, Early Wynn, Hoyt Wilhelm, and their beloved Rock leave town. 21 different managers would come and go, and the Indians would struggle through 35 straight seasons without finishing higher than third. Along the way, some brief moments of hope would brighten the huge ballpark on the lake. There was sudden Sam McDowell, who would lead the league in strikeouts 5 times in the mid to late 60s. Gaylord Perry would win a Cy Young Award in 1972. Frank Robinson would make history as the first black manager. He could also still swing a mean bat. Also making history, 23-year-old fireballer Dennis Eckersley in 1977.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Strike three! No-hitter! Dennis Eckersley just pitched the no-hitter for the Indians.
Yet for too long, the Indians were a star-crossed loser. Their park a home for disappointment. And last year, a team visited by tragedy and sadness. The Indians will never forget the past. Never has 1 mile seemed like 1,000. As we travel the mile from Municipal Stadium to spanking new Jacobs Field, the old has met the new, and it likes it. Welcoming the fans here in Cleveland today, one of the classic old Cleveland Indians. His statue stands outside the Hall of Famer, Rapid Robert Feller. And the fans are just getting a taste when they hit the turnstiles. 42,000 plus on hand today to see the old-style ballpark, the nooks and the crannies of the outfield wall, the fans nestled close to the action. And, oh yes, by the way, the White House on hand. President Bill Clinton, his first pitch to Sandy Alomar Jr. was indeed over the plate, as all of Cleveland is hoping that 1994 is over the plate. Brave new world for the Cleveland Indians. Time to play ball. Well, if the president can throw a strike, we hope we can too. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Chris Berman along with Buck Martinez, and I think it's fair to say, Buck, that the understatement of the day, maybe of the year, welcome back to Major League Baseball, and what a sight we have here at Jacobs Field in Cleveland. You can feel the excitement, but it's not only because of the new ballpark. That's right. You can really say it. You can spell the word contender. The Cleveland Indians could be somebody this year. They could be a contender.
They sure could, Chris. You know, John Hart, the general manager of the Indians ball club back in '92, had an idea looking ahead to this opening day. He said, if I sign some key young players and allow them to develop, at that point, then I can bring in free agents. Well, those key young players, Kenny Lofton, Carlos Baerga, and Albert Bell, have developed into franchise players now. So John Hart went out and signed the free agents. He brought in Eddie Murray, Jack Morris, and Dennis Martinez, real veterans. And you can bet there's going to be more to talk about in Cleveland this year than just the ballpark.
Well, the other team today, the Seattle Mariners, certainly have had a history less long than the Cleveland Indians, but they're kind of on the same keel. They have never spoken the word contender, but now with the newfangled AL West, all right, we're going to call it the American League Smythe Division. The Seattle Mariners, not only are they contenders, but they're picked by many to win it. Is that accurate, Buck?
Yeah, I think it is, Chris. You know, for a long time, the Mariners were a club that would develop young players, but they could never keep them around. Now they've made commitments to star players. Ken Griffey Jr. signed long-term. Randy Johnson, today's starter, is signed long-term. So they believe that they can contend. There is that commitment from the ball club, and the players feel it. They think now that they are legitimate contenders, and they can win it this year.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Seattle, contender. Cleveland, contender. Brand new ballpark. It's great. It's sunny. It's opening day. I don't know. If I were you, I'd stick around. The Mariners and the Indians from Jacobs Field in a moment. And welcome back to Jacobs Field in Cleveland. Chris Berman along with Buck Martinez. So glad you could be with us yet. Another opening day here on ESPN. And a busy day for this gentleman and a sporting day. I think a day that all of us sports fans would like to have. Opening day at a new yard, and then the president and his entourage, which is more than 2 or 3, will head on their way down to Charlotte for the final game of the NCAA basketball championship to see if Arkansas can beat Duke. Well, here's a view of Jacobs Field. 325 down each of the lines. There's a 19-foot little green monster out there that travels 2/3 of the way, as you can see, to the left center field corner. We're going to call that Jacobs Ladder. That left center field corner is the deepest part of the park, 410. Dead center is 405. Then this is a continued view from center field on out towards right. The Indians bullpen is in right center field. The visitors bullpen is right down the line. There are 3 mounds so that pitchers can warm up a righty, a lefty, and as we said last night, an underhander like Eddie Feigner, I guess. It's 4.5 feet elevated, but still a little bit separated from the crowd. Not everyone in the park has the view of the bullpen as they do in Baltimore. 42,400 is the capacity here, and they expect to draw 3 million fans. The Indians in their history have never drawn more than 2.6 million, and that was back in 1948. The season that was magical, a season which the Indians won the American League playoff for the Boston Red Sox and won the World Series for the Boston Braves. Can they talk series again here in Cleveland? They begin their task against the Seattle Mariners. We'll be back.
If Burger King had just one customer, we'd have just one way to serve the #1 preferred burger. But since you come in more than one size, so does the Flame Broiled Whopper. Like the new Whopper Jr. with more beef than before. Or Double Whopper with more beef than you'd believe. There's a Whopper taste for any size appetite from the everyday value of 99 cents. Whopper meals from $1.99. We don't have to be the world's #1 fast food place. Just yours, and yours, and yours.
Welcome to Burger King. Can I take your order, please?
Son of a gun protectant. Nothing works better on your car's leather, vinyl, and rubber. It can turn just about anything into a great-looking car.
Nice car.
What, this pile of junk?
Give it the gun with Son of a Gun. And now give your tires a quick kick with one-step tire care.
You gonna be all right? Back in Cleveland, you can see the baseball balloons. And the teams have just been introduced. They've just finished the Indians' introductions. And but by far and away, this is not the only opening day. Gary Miller, back in our Baseball Tonight studio, has his hand on the pulse of opening day in baseball. Hello, Gary.
Hello, Boomer. Thanks a lot to you. We'll get right back out to you. The Pulse says that realignment is not the only new thing in the baseball season. New studio here. I hope you enjoy it. We'll be with you throughout the day to update you on action. You saw Bill Clinton throwing out the first pitch at Jacobs Field. Where's his wife? Well, she's at Wrigley Field, where she'll throw out the first pitch for her favorite team, the Cubs. And Nancy Kerrigan, the silver medalist, will throw out the first pitch at Fenway Park, her favorite team being the Red Sox, nearby her home. Roger Clemens coming off his worst season, hoping to improve on that right from opening day. Dennis Martinez in our game against the strikeout king Randy Johnson, and his key against Brown in Yankee Stadium as we go through all the opening day starters on this first day, first official day of the 125th season. First full day of games. Of course, the Cardinals won at Cincinnati. They'll try to follow that up this afternoon in about an hour. We'll keep you posted on all the games. The Dodgers don't open until Tuesday when Orel Hershiser goes against the Marlins, but their main concern, AWOL Darryl Strawberry, who finally turned up late Sunday night saying he spent Easter with his family. Dodger General Manager Fred Clare said that excuse was not tolerable. He expects disciplinary action. They have a 2 p.m. Eastern time workout this afternoon. We'll let you know what goes on there. We'll also get you back out to Jacobs Field for the first game at Cleveland Stadium right after this. He's unconscious. What medications is he on?
I'm not sure, but he has the Birdie Smart card, and all his medications are stored right on the card.
When every second counts, count on Birdie Smart Card for vital medical data, allergies, blood type, medical history, and more. So you'll get the best treatment in any emergency.
The Birdie Smart Card lets me give my patients the fastest, most accurate medical attention possible. In an emergency, it can save your life.
My wife has a pretty involved medical history, but with the Birdie Smart Card, I have peace of mind.
Benefit from having current, accurate medical information 24 hours a day for the special introductory price of just $29.95. Call 1-800-67-BERDY. Have your physician's name and phone number ready.
Your dad is doing just fine. We found the information we needed to treat him on the Birdie Smart Card.
When every second counts, be smart. Order the Birdie Smart Card today.
Want to save money on your utility bill? Who doesn't? Just plug your refrigerator or washer dryer into a green plug. Inside, a little computer monitors your appliance's power needs and regulates the flow of electricity so it runs efficiently without wasting. You could save up to $30 a year on your refrigerator alone. How can you not like a product that pays for itself? Get a green plug.
They know they can contend in this league now.
Just about time to play ball. Of course, with the added festivities and the President, a slight delay, but heck, it's opening day. You can take all you want. Rich Amaral, the second baseman, will lead it off. Edgar Martinez, the batting champ of '92, batting second and playing third base. Ken Griffey Jr., you know who he is, playing center field, hitting third. Jay Ferris Buhner ended up the spring training with a blast. He bats cleanup and is in right field. Eric Anthony, over from the Astros, is in left field. Tito Martinez hit the 17 home runs last year from the first base slot. He is hitting sixth. Reggie Jefferson will DH against the right-handed hitters. Reggie is hitting seventh. Dan Wilson, young catcher, play behind Joe Oliver that Lou Piniella knew when he was with the Reds. Wilson hits eighth. And Felix Fermin, who essentially is shortstop for shortstop trade. Fermin, a Mariner last year, and an Indian last year, is a Mariner this year. He'll hit ninth against the right-handed Dennis Martinez, returning to the American League.
Dennis Martinez, there you see his record last year with the Expos. He signed as a free agent, 2 years plus a club option, and Dennis Martinez makes his 7th consecutive opening day start here. You can see he has good control. Not many walks. He'll throw the ball over the plate. Fastball. He moves to both sides of the plate, always trying to protect that big breaking curveball of his. Got a good off-speed pitch. But what he has done the last several years is he's become more of an intimidator. He knows he has to protect the outside part of the plate, and he'll pitch tough inside.
Now two teammates from years gone by, Eddie Murray, Dennis Martinez, talking at the mound. I don't know that they were talking about their glory days with the Orioles, but that conversation might come up once or twice this season. Ground ball to second by Ergo. Over to Eddie Murray. And there's one out.
First out here. Look at the defense for the Indians. In the outfield, Albert Bell, Kenny Lofton, and rookie Manny Ramirez in right field. Vizquel and Baerga, great team up the middle. Kenny Lofton with that great range in center field. And Sandy Alomar Jr., the key for the Indians this year is to keep him behind the plate. They need him to catch 135, 140 ball games. He hasn't done that since 1990, his rookie season. Injuries have kept him out of the lineup.
So with a one down, the third baseman Edgar Martinez is up, and not a lot of people remember that in 1992 he hit .343, not only to win the batting championship, but that was the highest total by a batting champ right-handed hitter.
To mean he's on base an awful lot more runs for the Mariners.
Oh, that drilled him.
We talked about Martinez trying to protect that outside corner, and that's what he does with that fastball. Watch Edgar dive in there, and it caught him on the wrist. Anytime you get hit around the hand, it's a concern. It's so easy to get a broken finger or a fractured bone in your hand. You can see he was thinking out over the plate, trying to protect against that breaking ball, and Martinez, Dennis, ran that ball up and in on Edgar.
88 miles an hour, a little more giddy up than you would think from that pitch from Dennis. That Griffey Jr. is up. Leading vote getter last year for all the American League players for the All-Star game. Why? Well, he only had 45 home runs. Led the league in that department, not to mention the slugging department. Well, he was going to be pretty particular with Ken Griffey Jr. He'll walk him on 4 pitches. Martinez down to second. So, power, nothing new to this man. And remember, short down the line, 325. Outside, and the sacks are full for one of the newest Mariners, Eric Little Anthony. It seems like he's over the outside corner for a strike.
Anthony, of course, faced Martinez when they were both in the National League last several years, so he's got a good idea what Dennis wants to do to him.
Rip, but he gets under the ball to right field. Manny Ramirez, the young right fielder, will make the catch. Here's Edgar Martinez tagging the throw, comes to second base, and the Mariners lead it 1-0. Martinez lunch with Dennis pitching to Edgar and Tino. 11 with Detroit, 1 with Minnesota, 2 with Toronto. He wishes he could be in there, but he's watched Martinez wriggle free as Manny Ramirez squeezes the fly ball by Tino Martinez. The Mariners get on the board, but it could have been worse. Indians coming up. On the lakefront at Cleveland, a view of downtown Cleveland, the Gateway Center, and of course, Jacobs Field. A little bit off of Lake Erie. They figure that'll be 8 or 9 degrees warmer. The breezes won't hit the park first thing off the lake. Here's the lineup of the Indians. Kenny Lofton leads off in center field. Omar Vizquel hits second as a shortstop. Carlos, 1 if by land, 2 if by sea, 3 if by Erga is the second baseman. It's third. Albert Bell, the cleanup hitter in left field. Eddie Eat, Drink, and B. Murray is the first baseman. Candy Maldonado gets the start today against the tough left-hander as the DH. Sandy Alomar Jr. behind the plate hitting 7th. The youngster Manny Ramirez in right field hitting 8th. Mark Lewis, the opening day starter at third base, will hit 9th. And they'll go against the strikeout leader in the major leagues last season. 19-game winner, left-handed, 6'10", Randy Johnson.
Made 34 starts for the Mariners last year and really came into his own. He felt he came on to start midway through the 92 season. 185 hits in 255 innings. That translates into a .203 opponent's batting average. He doesn't give up much. 308 strikeouts and 99 walks. His control has been much better.
First pitch, a little tight.
Lofton didn't really dig in, did he?
Didn't take long. Randy Johnson works quicker than Dennis Martinez, but it's a 4-pitch walk.
He just hit 205, but he still stole 6 bases and wasn't caught. There's his numbers for the season.
The tallest pitcher ever in the major leagues, tallest player ever in the major leagues.
Well, one thing about Randy Johnson, he can walk the bases loaded, but he can strike out to side and strand 3 runners.
By 40 or 45 last season. Part of the reason he was so overpowering. There goes the runner. Here's the throw on a strike. And whoa! Dan Wilson has just gunned down the stolen base leaders in the major league from last year, Kenny Lofton.
Well, it's a little slide step. Not much of a move there. Lofton takes a peek at home and right on the money. Good, strong throw, very quick. Take another look at this stolen base attempt by the league leader. There's the throw, a strike to second. The tag at second, he's out easy.
Baerga last season and even 200 hits. See his batting average of .321, 5th best in the American League. 2 straight years, Baerga had 200 hits. Of 300, 200 hits, 20 homers, and 100 RBIs. Rogers Hornsby, that's pretty good company. Alomar Jr. Sidney Joe Carter has gone on to impress in San Diego and in Toronto. There's a ground ball with the runner going. Johnson has to fire over to first. So Vizquel on at second, 2 out. Albert Bell coming up. Let's check in with Gary.
All right, Chris, you had the president at Fenway Park. They had local hero Nancy Kerrigan, and look at that toss. Got it all the way there. The silver medalist got things started, and then the real heat came. Roger Clemens had just struck out Lou Whitaker, strikes out Eric Davis as well, and they are batting in the bottom of the first of a scoreless game. Back to you.
All right, that's the end of that discussion.
He got a tremendous amount of pride. You can bet he's going to have a big year.
And if he does, Boston will be in it. No pitch. These are guys that if they continue what they've been doing, they'll be excelling here for a long time. Those are the bleachers. Ground ball to third. Blowers. Look at the runner throw off the bag. But Tino Martinez made the tag on Bell. And Randy Johnson wriggles free. We played one at Jacobs Field, 1-0 Mariners.
Sometimes.
We're back here at Cleveland. 1-0 Mariners in the top of the second, and we told you Eddie Murray made history on this afternoon. They yanked first base out and gave it to him. Why, you say? God, he's only been a Cleveland Indian for 1 inning. He gets a souvenir from Jacobs Field. Well, there's a very good reason. At first base, Murray has now played 2,369 games. Jake Beckley from the 1890s and through 1907 played for Pittsburgh, the Giants, Cincinnati Reds, and St. Louis Cardinals. Had the old record. Lou Gehrig, I figured just that he would have the record. And Lou Gehrig is fourth on that list that you saw with Mickey Vernon third. So Eddie Murray, yes, he has been around that long, and yes, he will wire the field. Lou Piniella knew. He was with Cincinnati in 1990, Lou's first year. He did not go around, and Dennis Martinez' control problems continue. Always under control.
Chris, we take it to Yankee Stadium. The first inning rally against the Rangers' Kevin Brown that already scored a run on a sac fly. Wade Boggs had stolen second base in the double steal. Now he's going to really try the speed against Juan Gonzalez. He is meat. The Yankees did get a run out of it. Jimmy Key's got a 1-0 lead. He shut him out again in the second. They're batting in the second. Back to you.
And Wilson. Former Cincinnati Red, the catcher bunts it. Martinez takes a look at second, but did not have the time. Down. And the number 9 hitter, Felix the Cat Fermin. Swinging at the first pitch, it's to center field, but Lofton is there. Makes the grab. Jefferson back to second base, 2 out.
For the ground, particularly when they play on artificial surfaces around the league.
Second baseman Rich, protect your car with Amaral. Steps up, and where he played for so many years. Full count to Amaral. Buck's breaking ball is outside, and Dennis Martinez has walked his 4th batter.
You know, the Mariners are showing an awful lot of patience. Martinez really hasn't been that wild.
Game. We've yet to have the first hit at Jacobs Field. If you like base runners, you love this game. There have been 14 batters. 7 have reached. Jefferson is at second. Amaral at first. The 1-2 pitch. Chop to first, and the veteran first baseman, Eddie Murray, makes the play, and the Mariners are stymied. Eddie Murray leads off for the Tribe when we return. Which is the bottom of the second. The Mariners lead the Indians 1-0, and Eddie Murray sends a fly ball off Randy Johnson to right field, which Jay Buhner first had trouble with in the sun, and then made the play. Andy Maldonado, World Series hero for the Toronto Blue Jays. Architecturally, the sight lines of where the ballpark is downtown. But the fringe benefit is that. A diving play at second base by Amaral over to Martinez, and the Candyman is gone. Martinez, as we'd hoped, precautionary x-rays of the right wrist. When those reports become available, we'll let you know.
Mariners, you can see he's not had a whole lot of fun facing Randy Johnson. Not many hitters do. 308 strikeouts. Now Johnson is...
What, 76,000 in Municipal Stadium. Sawed him off. Amaral to Martinez. And Alomar is gone. When we return, Ken Griffey Jr. and the Mariners will stride to the plate, leading 1-0 for a long, long time. Ken Griffey Jr. walked on 4 pitches his first time up. This time he swings at an off-speed delivery from Dennis Martinez and fouls it back.
Try it again.
Struck him out. So a little bit different this time around for Dennis Martinez against Ken Griffey Jr.
outside, and Martinez went back-to-back with inside fastballs. Missed with the first one, but then finds the mark. You can see it was a very tentative swing by Junior. He was trying to bring his hands in and just foul that ball off to stay alive, but he couldn't make any contact. That's from Martinez.
Well, Dennis has crossed up a few hitters in his 18th year now in the major leagues. Here's Jay Buhner, who walked his first time up.
And he's really been encouraged. Look at those numbers. Just a handful of pitchers to win 100 games in both the National League and the American League.
Ground ball to short. Vizquel. Murray. 2 down. Horses here. There's the bakery and the food. And you see, from where you go buy your food, your beverage, etc., you can still hear, you can still see the action. You don't go down a portal in the 3rd inning to get a hot dog and then miss 2 innings of the game. Really well thought out for the fans. All at the end of a 9-inning game is a little bit less. They liked it so much at Camden here. This one's hit to right field. Back goes Manny Ramirez. It's gone! The first hit, the first home run, and the only 2 RBIs thus far in the history of Jacobs Field for Eric Anthony.
Tough right-handed hitters, and take a look at this swing. It's that fastball that drifted out over the plate about letter high, and he ripped it. Only question about that ball was whether or not it was high enough to clear the fence. Anthony doesn't have traditional home run hitter trajectory on most of the balls he hits hard. They're real rockets, line drives, and that one got out of here.
Tito Martinez flew out to right his first time up. That ball just doesn't seem to need to be drilled down the right field line. That's our early observation. Murray handles it. Tito Martinez is gone. But Eric Anthony, he's been imperial thus far. 2-0 Mariners. Who was Baseball America's minor league player of the year last year. Came up for 22 games in September with Cleveland. Hit 2 home runs both at Yankee Stadium, same game. Flies to Buhner, and there's 1 out here in the Indians' 3rd inning. Now, Randy Johnson walked his first 2 guys that he's faced, but has retired all the other Indians.
An inning in the 3rd, his shortest outing in his career.
26 strikeouts going into the season in 1,073 innings. So that's more than 1 an inning. Johnson will handle the weak tapper by Lewis and flip over to first base and lose 2 outs. His first time up and was caught stealing by the catcher Dan Wilson. Flowers in on the grass at 3rd. And there's a strikeout for the strikeout leader, Randy Johnson. Another 1-2-3 inning for Johnson and the Mariners, who lead it 2-0.
Gentlemen, our attempts to stop the Energizer Bunny have failed. We've got to get his battery. And to do it, we need somebody big.
Big.
It's the end of the road, Mr. Energizer Bunny.
Red Lobster presents the incredible $4.99 lunch. Luscious Maine lobster, succulent shrimp, together with scallops, all on a bed of linguine. The lobster, shrimp, and scallop lunch for just $4.99. So hurry to Red Lobster.
Hurry, girls, before Daddy gets up. Ooh, ready. Now, no more of these are Daddy's corn pops.
Oh, look, Daddy's bowl is too full.
The problem with a cereal that tastes like popcorn, only sweeter, is that it disappears like popcorn, only faster.
Mommy, that's Daddy's.
We share.
Hi, girls. Happy birthday.
Thanks, guys. Now let's all go make him breakfast.
Kellogg's Corn Pops. It's hard to stop when it's Pops.
And here is Henry Aaron. This crowd is up all around.
The only thing I wanted to do was hit that home run and get it out of the ballpark.
I think that's going to be a record to stand for a long time.
He said, meet me at the ballpark, Mama. He said, I'm going to break the record tonight.
He's sitting on 714. Swinging. There's a drive into left center field.
Hank Aaron went on to hit 755 home runs.
Message from Major League Baseball.
Wilson Conform is the best fitting glove I ever had. This style fit system makes the leather conform to your hand. The only way leather fits better is on a cow. And I'm not playing with a cow in my hand.
Conform by Wilson, the way leather's supposed to fit. No offense, Bessie.
You can feel the heat. 1100 degrees.
Intense heat.
The hottest.
We asked some of the hottest guys in town to trade their deodorant for new Degree deodorant.
Body heat activated.
Let's give it a shot. As your body heat rises, only Degree releases extra protection against odor.
When I heat up,
Deodorant's gonna kick in. Works far better than Speed Stick.
kicked in for me.
Switch to the stick that's body heat activated.
I'm gonna stick to Degree. I'd use it. The stuff works. Absolutely.
Cool as ice. New Degree deodorant for a higher degree of protection.
Solo home run. Also has a sac fly. 2-0 Seattle. And swinging at the first pitch, former Indian Reggie Jefferson. Vizquel to Murray. There's one out. Let's check in with Gary Miller.
All right, Chris, Fenway Park, where Clemens has been mowing him down. Mike Moore against Andre Dawson. Oh, with authority. The Hawk had 13 last year. Hits one in his first at bat this year. Mike Moore led the majors last year with 35 gopher balls. Back to you.
They talk about, well, he doesn't hit much, but let me tell you, with the confidence that he will gain as the everyday catcher, that hitting might come around. Look at the shortstop playing a step toward the hole there against Wilson.
Skied on the outfield grass. Vizquel takes charge. Calls off Baerga, drifts behind second base and makes the play. There's 2 outs. Sorts of anticipation. The president on hand. Unveiled the plaques. Here's a Murray knocks it down. Can he scramble to it? Oh, he almost takes Dennis's head off and fires it wide. So Fermin gets to the bag in time, and we'll see how they score. Tough play for Eddie Murray, but yet a play that he's often made.
Take a look at the play here. Fermin hit his shot, but Murray got over to it. Actually hit on the heel of his glove, and then it went into foul ground. He was scrambling for it, and he wheels and fires, but it's wide of the mark at first base. Martinez is there, but you can see that it is off the mark, and Fermin reaches base.
Rich Amaral from Visalia, California, went to school at UCLA, 8 years in the minors. Is 16. He's done that on 4 different occasions. Twice with the Orioles, twice with the Expos. There goes the runner. Ball is skied to left field where Albert Bell makes the catch. Amaral and the Mariners are retired, heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. Baerga and company need to do some work at the plate. Bottom of the 4th here at Jacobs Field. First major league regular season game ever here and being enjoyed, and he really is enjoying himself. President Clinton on hand, taking all sorts of pictures, signing autographs. So if the president is here, you know his cabinet cannot be far away. And somewhere up there, yes, his Secretary of Defense and Secretary of Offense. Penalty before. Hit by Vizquel to left field. Eric Anthony's there and squeezes it. Last June, well, I'll tell you the story in a minute. Here's Gary Miller.
Chris Ticker at Yankee Stadium. Paul O'Neill's 2-run double gave Jimmy Key a 3-0 lead. Now Will Clark in his Ranger debut, and he rips a double into the right field corner. That's Chris James coming around to score to break the shutout. Rangers have broken into Key. It's 3-1 Yanks, though. Back to you.
Closest the Mariners have ever come to playing in front of a president before. Last June, they played in front of the Prime Minister of Mongolia. They won that game. You didn't know that, did you?
Did you think he probably knew what a hit and run was?
I doubt it. Baerga is out. Fermin to Tino Martinez, and this will bring up Albert Bell. You got to have a dog when you're. Maybe we're the Secretary of Food, of Agriculture at least.
Johnson talking to himself, talking about getting his arm up. Look at how many 90-mile-an-hour pitches he's thrown today.
2 batters he faced has retired everyone since. Oh, right through the wickets of Tino Martinez. Bell is aboard. It won't be a hit, obviously. But the Indians with their first base runner since the first inning.
It's a tip of the hat when they get a base hit or a home run off you, but you have to go with your strength. And, you know, I'm going to go up against a lot of fastball hitters, but I'm a fastball pitcher, so I kind of like that confrontation. And sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. And so you learn from your mistakes, hopefully, and, you know, you capitalize on your achievements.
To the 3,000 mark. I mean, that's something when you're also talking about a guy 21st on the home run list, 441, 17th on the RBI list, 1662.
Your lefty.
Ground ball to short. Fermin over to Amaral, and the Indians are done. Randy Johnson continues to overmatch the Cleveland Indians. We'll be back. Back at Cleveland, top of the 5th inning, and swinging at the first pitch and dropping in a base hit, Mike Blowers, guy that didn't even know he'd be playing today, but Edgar Martinez was hit on the wrist in the first inning. Blowers went into the bottom of the first inning to play third base, and Blowers is aboard with. He's walked and struck out against Dennis Martinez.
With a lot of that thought process.
A little number in front of the plate. Alomar will throw it on to Murray. Griffey is gone. Blowers down to second base, so there's one out.
He's both on his fastball and his breaking pitch.
Old park for at least today if the president was going to show up. Hit to center field. Kenny Lofton drifts over. Makes the catch. Throw comes in quickly. Nothing doing. In the first, a line drive home run that traveled 353 feet, about 11 feet off the ground. Went into the
over in the trade, and all of a sudden now he feels like he's already made a contribution to this club.
Check swing. Alomar flips it to Murray, and it beats Anthony by a half a step. Good hustle by Alomar, and way to get rid of the ball quickly. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Indians looking to scratch through against Randy Johnson. Another one, but they've each homered against 27 teams. Maybe that's a moot point.
Here he is in the 5th inning. Those 2 walks came the first 2 batters that he faced. There might be a little bit too much movement in your glove.
Ground ball is short. Scooped up by Fermin. One out here in the Indians' 5th. Reached on an error by Tino Martinez the last inning. And now Sandy Alomar Jr. is aboard with a walk. With Manny Ramirez coming up, here's Gary.
Taking to Wrigley Field, where the president's wife threw out the first pitch. Longtime Cub fan, and in the bottom of the first, Doc Gooden facing the new leadoff man, Carl Tuffy Rhodes. Take it away, Harry.
Swung on. High fly ball. Way back. Might be. Could be. There it is. Holy cow.
Indeed. Harry Carey, in his 50th season as a broadcaster, describes the Cubs' 1-0 lead. Back to our man, Boomer.
Now that's baseball. Harry already in mid-season form.
That's great.
Well, they're in that new NL Norris division. Facing Randy Johnson, 21 years of age. Ground ball to short. Fermin fires onto Tino Martinez, and that will do it. The Indians are gone here in the 5th. 2-0 Mariners. You're right close to the batting practice and the action while you have your picnic lunch.
Yeah, all of the fans in this ballpark have a very good view. And
bullpen. That's out in right center field. Back at the plate, Tino Martinez swings and misses. There's one out.
The designated hitter number 18, Reggie Jefferson.
There's Plunk's view. There's the plate. And there's the other plate. Jefferson went from Cincinnati to Cleveland to now Seattle. Chopper, backhanded by Baerga, double clutches, and he will beat that out. So a play Baerga should have made. and he does not.
Attraction for the Mariners in spring training. Games last year because of a hamstring injury.
Hit to center field. Lofton drifts back towards the rubberized warning track and makes the catch. If there's one fault, it's the same as Camden Yards. I don't know why, Buck, they have this, I don't know if they call it tartan turf or the rubberized track. For a catcher, because that continues all the way behind the plate. I mean, you'll see an outfielder dive occasionally on it, and that's smart. For a catcher who likes to slide back for a ball that might get past him behind the plate, that hurts. That's not dirt. I don't know what the love affair is with that. So that's the only negative we could find, in my opinion. A little flare that Baerga will squeeze. And Fermin is gone. Indians trying to solve Randy Johnson. We'll be back.
Opening day at Yankee Stadium, and New York is teeing off on Kevin Brown. Danny Tartable. That led off the fifth into the Monuments. Two batters later, Mike Stanley. Can he follow up on a career year? Hit 26 last year, more than half of his 50 career home runs. They get 2 home runs in the inning, 10 hits, 5 earned runs through 5. Brown is out of there along with those 2 balls. 5-1 Yanks. Back to Chris.
Play shirtless into Bronx this afternoon. Down the Cincinnati area, Hamilton, Ohio. Trying to get the Indians started, and he may have done so with a walk. The fifth baseman. Only one man has ever thrown a no-hitter on opening day. April 16th, 1940. The man whose statue is outside of this park, Bob Feller. 30-degree weather. The Indians were at Comiskey Park against the White Sox. One of the retired numbers here by the Cleveland Indians. Randy Johnson, can he... Bouncer up the middle. And Lofton is thrown out by the shortstop Fermin, and now they're going to say that the runner, Lewis, has gone out of the baseline. They're going to get a double play. Is that it?
Well, we're going to have an argument over this. Mike, and then goes quickly to get Lofton. Take another look at it. He sizes it up. Can I tag him? Nope, I can't do that. But look at Lewis. He avoids the tag and goes around. And then throwing quickly in a hurry to get Lofton because he knows his speed. What a good play by Fermin.
Omar Vizquel pops in foul ground to Mike Flowers. The fans booing. That's really the most we've heard out of him in a while. Randy Johnson is the reason.
We take you back to Wrigley Field, where Carl Tuffy Rhodes opened the game for the Cubs with a home run. Mike Morgan couldn't make it last. Former Cub Jose Vizcaíno takes him into the screen in right field. Then it's Todd Hundley, the son of former Cub legend Randy Hundley, back-to-back jack into the screen, and Doc Gooden has a 2-1 lead. We go back to Jacobs Field.
Control the Cleveland Indians. Sandy Alomar quickly out of the box to make the tag on Amaral. And the K, number 3 for Dennis Martinez. Ripped to center field, and Lofton is there to snare the well-hit ball by Mike Flowers. Dennis Martinez. He's walked, struck out. Martinez. Mariners have their 2 runs on 3 hits. The Indians, nada. Indians, a slow start at the bat rack. Martinez strikes out Ken Griffey Jr. He sprints to the dugout. Randy Johnson will lope out, facing the heart of the order for the Tribe.
A friendly warning about the ultimate meat combo pizza from Pizza Hut.
You know, this pizza changed my life.
A meat taste so big, everything else will seem small.
I used to love a thick, juicy steak. Now it seems like a little hors d'oeuvre.
Big, thick slices of pepperoni. 2 kinds of Italian sausage.
And burgers taste downright microscopic.
This taste is so big.
It even makes my whole herd of prime beef seem mighty puny.
The ultimate meat combo pizza from Pizza Hut. 1 bite, and there's no going back.
Airbag, seat belts, and anti-lock brakes, child safety seats, careful driving, and a set of Michelins.
If Burger King had just one customer, we'd have just one way to serve the #1 preferred burger. But since you come in more than one size, so does the flame-broiled Whopper. Like the new Whopper Jr. with more beef than before. Or Double Whopper with more beef than you'd believe. There's a Whopper taste for any size appetite from the everyday value of 99 cents. Whopper meals from $1.99. We don't have to be the world's #1 fast food place. Just yours, and yours, and yours.
Welcome to Burger King. Can I take your order, please?
My dandruff and itch are awful. I'll try anything. Denorex tingles. Head and Shoulders doesn't.
Both have effective dandruff medicine, but Denorex has something extra that tingles, feels fresh.
That's why I started using Denorex. No flakes, no itch.
Denorex, the serious dandruff shampoo. Evander Holyfield, the warrior.
Right hand by Holyfield inside, front, go back.
Michael Moore, the destroyer. The champion, courageous. The challenger, nasty. Holyfield versus Moore, will versus power.
Just let me roll with you, baby, and roll you all over town.
In my day, they didn't pay you much to bring in the crowds, score the winning point, or win a championship. You played because it was in your blood.
Palm Beach Blazer of Champions. Some guys never lose it.
So roll on, baby, roll on over town.
The hunt begins now.
Let the game begin!
If you make it to civilization, you live.
We're not really gonna hunt anymore, are we?
It's nothing. He's less than nothing.
I won't take any part in this.
Jack Mason knows he's going to die someday. I like my meat rare. But today, he's not in the mood.
Try well done.
Ice-T, Rutger Hauer, Surviving the Game, rated R. Starts Friday, April 15th at a theater near you.
Back when baseball truly was the national pastime, ball players were heroes and great teams legendary. Now, Sports Illustrated brings you remarkable home movie footage of baseball's glory days in the award-winning 2-video set, When It Was a Game. And best of all, both videos are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. When It Was a Game features never-before-seen home movie footage shot by the players themselves, bringing the ghosts of baseball's past to life. There's Gehrig and the Babe, Williams and DiMaggio, Ebbets Field, Fenway Park, and it's all in spectacular color. Call now and get both of these award-winning videos, along with 54 issues of Sports Illustrated, including the swimsuit issue for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. There's nothing like the magic of When It Was a Game, and there's nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
The 1993 NASCAR season was one wild ride. Now you can relive the excitement of all 30 Winston Cup races by ordering the 1993 NASCAR Year in Review home video. For just $19.98, you can experience the triumph at Daytona, the battle for the point championship, and the rookie season of the stars of tomorrow. To order, call 1-800-764-5441 or send $19.98 plus $4 shipping and handling to the address shown. Visa and MasterCard accepted.
Is this a basketball legend chasing a dream? Or is this the best marketing coup ever? Outside the Lines takes a look at Michael Jordan's Dream Spring. Tonight at 8 Eastern, only on ESPN.
Back here in Cleveland, where Randy Johnson and the Mariners lead the Indians 2-0. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without express written consent. 7th inning stretch time. Can the Indians, heart of the order, get things going against Randy Johnson? One has walked 4. Only 3 balls have been hit out of the infield.
Bell hit .357 with 6 homers and 12 runs batted in.
Breaking ball over for strike 3. Good pitch, throws Baerga.
Side corner to Baerga, and there's no way he could pull the trigger. Just locked him up. Just the second strikeout of the day, but look at Baerga. He's thinking fastball. He can't even offer at that pitch. Johnson, although he's had a lot of success, I don't know how many fastballs he's going to really pull.
He yanks this one to deep center field. Griffey goes back, but has room. He hit that directly toward the deepest part of the park, just left of center, which is 410. We called it Bell's Tower. That time, Albert Bell needed a little better direction.
Just can't get the head out in front of him.
Eddie Murray, the ball to center field. Griffey squeezes it. The heart of the order has been retired by Randy Johnson. We've played 7 here in Cleveland. You look at the line score. We are back at Cleveland on a day that we knew would be historic. The opening of Jacobs Field. Little did we know that there might be more history in store.
And here you look at his record last year, 23 games, 3-3. 9.15 ERA. They say he's throwing the ball.
Jay Buhner is 0 for 2 and a walk. By the way, there's a little nubber that Murray started for. He'll let Baerga handle it. Buhner is gone. By the way, if you're scoring at home, and we know that many of you do, Reggie Jefferson in the 6th inning had played the Baerga backhanded it, couldn't handle it, scored it a hit. The play, frankly, Baerga should have made, but they scored it a hit. So that's the 3rd Mariner hit. Sky behind second base. Baerga takes it just to the left of second base, and there's 2 outs. And you know what else this park has? A great play area for the kids, plus a special kids menu and price list for the parents to go buy the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and they can play, and the parents can watch them and the park. Center field, little buster that'll get in there in front of Lofton for a base hit. The Mariners' 4th of the afternoon.
The designated hitter, number 18, Reggie Jefferson.
Tino Martinez now has a batting average on a broken bat, 2 out single to center.
Just chucked in, right? Knew this would be kind of an interesting day, just didn't know how interesting. Jefferson swings and misses. Martinez is stranded. Randy Johnson is the man of the hour here in Cleveland. Can he join this man, Rapid Robert Feller, with an opening day gem? 6'7", 8", trying to solve the 6'10" left-hander. The man who finished 2nd last year in the Cy Young Award, voting to Jack McDowell. And Johnson starts off Maldonado with a strike. Outside, ball 4, and Maldonado is aboard. Here at Jacobs Field, and now there's some action down in the Seattle bullpen.
That's Tim Davis, a young left-hander.
Here's a breaking ball that he thought he was getting earlier in the game, Buck.
And that's why he was upset by that call.
There it is. Base hit to right. Alomar is aboard. And the Indians have their first safety against Randy Johnson. Alomar has ended it. And oh, by the way, with the score 2-0, they're 2 men on. The youngster Manny Ramirez up. The potential go-ahead run. Wild pitch. Runners move up into scoring position. What a game this is, Buck. I mean, you talk about a possible no-hitter, and now with a couple of pitches, a single will tie the game.
Johnson uncorks the wild pitch. Ramirez was squared around to bunt. You can see Wilson couldn't get a glove on it. Johnson.
And now the fans become involved for the first time since the first inning. Rip to left. Back it goes. Back goes Anthony. It's off the wall. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Ramirez in at second. We're tied at 2.
The sacrifice is taken off, and Ramirez gets a chance to freewheel the lumber. Fastball down and in, and he rips it high off the wall in left field. Anthony goes the wrong way on the carom. It's his first day in this ballpark. Johnson looks, hoping it stays in the yard. You can see the disappointment of giving up the 2 runs.
Manny Ramirez, an opening day he'll certainly remember. His first in the bigs. However, he'd like to forget this as Dan Wilson guns him down. Perhaps he was thinking about his 2 RBIs, and Wilson has gunned down his second man this afternoon at second base.
Base running mistake. Right there, perfect throw. The tag by Fermin, not even close at second.
2 impressive throws by Wilson.
Boy, quick with nobody out, Lewis at the plate. You can run him over, and then you got the top of the line.
It is best to add to the zest of the debut of Jacobs Field. He snares this ball by Lewis. And there's 2 down.
Outing for Randy Johnson, in that he didn't strike out many hitters. Just 2 to this point.
Hitting toward your head, but he broke off the big curve there. Lofton stays on it. Anthony makes the catch in the shadows in left field. Randy Johnson's bid is busted, and the Indians have tied it at 2.
Jose Mesa was a reluctant reliever in the first half of spring training. Second half, they said, you know, we'd like you to maybe work into a part-time closer, maybe the full-time closer if you...
Certainly the fastest of the 3 Cleveland pitchers that the Mariners will have seen thus far this afternoon.
As the season wears on.
Swung on and missed by Wilson, and there's 1 out. Boy, the good heat by Mesa that time. One of the number 9 hitter, Felix Fermin. Mesa started with the faded one in '87 when Detroit caught him at the wire. In July of '92, the Orioles traded him to the Indians. Here's a shot to right center. Long run for Lofton, and he makes the play. Ramirez almost got in his way. Of course, he's looking in the sun, but again, that quick break by Lofton, Buck, got him there.
Look at Kenny Lofton tell him, listen, Manny, listen for me. And
Kyle Washington. I know, I'm asking the same question. Who he? Ground ball, it's a fair ball past Lewis, who was cheating in on the grass. Amaral will have a double. Lewis was a couple of steps in at third, and that cost him time to field the ball.
Earlier in the ball game, Amaral faked a bunt with 2 outs, and look at the shadows down there on the third base line. Gives the ball a strobe-like effect as it starts out in the sun, then goes in the shade, then goes in the sun again, and now it's in the shade. He dives for it. It takes a funny hop and stays in fair territory.
Wrist. Martinez left the game. X-rays negative if you're tuning in late. Flowers has been in and hit the ball pretty hard. Had a single in the 5th inning and stung one to center field. Lofton made a nice catch on it.
Enough at bats to become comfortable in the big leagues.
Came over a few years ago from the Yankees. There's a ball hit to Lewis. Lewis across to Eddie Murray. And then the go-ahead run is stranded at second base. So we head to the bottom of the 9th. Vizquel, Baerga, Bell. Will the Indians muster up a win? Johnson cannot win, he cannot lose. He had a no-hitter going until the 8th inning when Alomar busted it open, and then Manny Ramirez busted open his shutout. So he leaves, you see his line score, Randy Johnson is out after 8 innings of work. And in a 2-2 game here in the bottom of the ninth, the youngster Tim Davis on to pitch. 6th round selection in 92. This one is skied by Vizquel. And that's going to be interference. And the first baseman, Tino Martinez, is hurt.
Boy, that's something you don't see very often, but Vizquel got caught looking up at the pop-up and was kind of wandering down the line. Martinez not expecting anybody at all. Vizquel, he's frustrated because he popped it up, and now he's looking at it, just expecting Wilson to catch it, and all of a sudden Martinez is right there. You can bet that knocked the wind out of Tino. At least, hopefully it's nothing more serious. Looks like he's okay. That's good news.
Yeah, they don't need both Martinez's hurt on opening day, do they?
Well, they finished up the season with both of them hurt. Tino hurt his anterior cruciate ligament last year in Kansas City, missed 50 games.
Mariners really don't have one. Obviously, a tie game, you're not looking to your closer anyway. With a chopper, Fermin's going to have to hurry. Does so over to Tino Martinez, and there's 2 down. Indians and the Mariners have battled to a 2-2 tie. The cheers for Albert Bell. He of the 38 homers last year. And there's so much talk, Buck Martinez, of notice a new beginning for Cleveland, and Johnson was second last year. Keep that in mind. Bell, a pool cue shot that's fair down the line. He'll hustle into second base. Actually, a fan has grabbed the ball. And they'll call out a ground rule double. Or will they? You know what they could call is interference. They're not good. Did that bounce up in there? I couldn't see it. It's out of my view. Yeah. Second base with 2 out, and it's Eddie Murray. Ripped to left. Foul.
This is what the Indians didn't have last year, somebody to hit behind Albert Bell. They didn't go out and just get somebody. They got Eddie Murray.
Check swing, going to be trouble. Base hit. Murray with his first hit as a Cleveland Indian.
You know, here's a young fella coming out of A-ball. 23 years old. Pretty calm and collected. Take a look at the Mariners bullpen. Goose Gossage, 309 saves. Bobby Thigpen, 201. And it falls off dramatically.
Well, the good news is there's over 500 saves in the bullpen. What's the number? Only 9 as Mariners. Maldonado up. And that means that the Indians will counter with left-handed swinging Paul Sorrento to hit against Bobby Ayala with a live arm, but not a lot of experience in this sort of situation, Buck.
No, he hasn't, but they believe that he might be able to make the adjustment. They like his pitches. He throws hard. He's got good movement on his fastball. He throws a good slider. He's got a split finger pitch, and he throws a palm ball changeup. Unusual for a short inning relief pitcher to throw 4 pitches, but Lou Piniella was impressed with the arm that he saw when he was the manager of Cincinnati.
With 2 in the 8th when they broke up Randy Johnson's no-hitter. There's the winning run, Albert Bell. Murray goes to second base. Wilson will not throw. That certainly doesn't mean anything. Yard in downtown Cleveland, and the Indians have treated to their fans to a comeback. However, they haven't come all the way back to take the lead. Sorrento struck out by Bobby Ayala. We go to extra frames. Tied at 2.
You can feel the heat.
1,100 degrees.
Intense heat.
The hottest.
We asked some of the hottest guys in town to trade their deodorant for new Degree deodorant.
Body heat activated.
Let's give it a shot.
As your body heat rises, only Degree releases extra protection against odor.
When I heat up, deodorant's gonna kick in.
Works far better than Speed Stick.
Kicked in for me.
Switch to the stick that's body heat activated.
I'm gonna stick to Degree. I'd use it. The stuff works. Absolutely.
Cool as ice.
New Degree deodorant for a higher degree of protection.
Nothing outlasts the Energizer battery. It keeps going and...
441. No, that's not it. 451. No, that's that stupid screen pass. I can't remember the number. I better call an audible. Call Candace.
So, Steve, you got the tickets?
Okay, Candace, here's the deal. I got 5 on the 40 for the 14th, 3 on the 50
so
for the 30th,
good with
6
numbers.
on the 40 for the 14th again.
Call now for the revolutionary voice-activated phone card. Only from Sprint.
Introducing a Honda that's not roomy, comfortable, or economical. Mind you, it is quick, though. See you at Indy.
Polaroid asked me, Sinbad needs supermodels to demonstrate the sleek, stylish Captiva camera. It holds the pictures inside the camera's special pocket till you take them out and put them in your pocket. My pocket. The Polaroid Captiva.
It can help you experience a game that's better all around. Get the 8 Ways to a Better Golf Game video. It's guaranteed to improve your game, and it's free with your paid subscription.
Order 12 issues of Golf Digest for just $19.77 now and get the latest video free. Call 800-255-2800. That's 800-255-2800.
A Blackhawk makes you look up in the tree. The Blues make you feel down in the dumps. You like up and down hockey? You got it. The Chicago Blackhawks versus the St. Louis Blues. Tomorrow at 8:30. NHL on ESPN2.
At Wrigley Field, Doc Gooden's Mets have gotten him 9 runs, but he can't solve Carl Rhodes. They call him Tuffy, and he has been the toughest out on opening day. That's his 3rd home run of the day in 3 at-bats. They've gone to the 6th, and the Cubs are still trailing 9-7, but plenty to play. Candlestick Park is where you're going next after we decide what happens in Cleveland. Chris Berman brings it to you.
We're in the top of the 10th inning. Both RBIs for the Mariners from Eric Anthony. Sac fly in the 1st, a home run in the 3rd. Manny Ramirez, 2-run double off the wall in the 8th. Has tied it.
Junior inside all day long. Mesa with a hard fastball, hard slider. Now they set up a way.
Ground ball that Vizquel fields from his knees. He won't have time to get Griffey. He stumbled in the first place going for the smash by Griffey. I got to assume it's a hit, but we'll wait to see. The 94 season, and Jay Buhner is up. Junior and Buhner, 3-4 hitters of the Mariners. That makes sense. Lions went for it. Buhner does bunt, and Murray fields it. Had a shot to go foul. The problem was if it didn't go foul, he could make no play.
Well, I noticed it going back into fair territory. I think Eddie Murray saw the same thing.
Top of the 10th inning, and a pitching change for the Indians. Their 4th pitcher of the afternoon, the left-hander Derek Lilliquist.
Lilliquist pitched in 56 ball games for the Indians last year. He was one of many players down in that pen that combined in the committee. He had 10 saves and 13 opportunities. Good control. You can see he comes right at you. 40.
With Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. leading off second base with one out. Anthony, sac fly in the first, home run in the third. Gets under this one. Eddie Murray, not a lot of room in foul territory, but enough for him to make the play. And there's 2 down. Good thing we snuck in the daylight savings time over the weekend, or else they'd be out. Singled his last time up. And he is aboard. So runners at first and second for the former Indian, Reggie Jefferson. Except it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. And a man who swung a hot bat for the Mariners this spring, Keith Mitchell, cousin of, will step to the plate. Hit over 400 for most of spring training. Ended up just below the 400 mark at 349. Had 4 home runs and 22 RBIs. We don't need that much other help.
Both of these clubs have much more depth than they've had in the last several seasons.
March past him is wondering, was it something I said? Ripped by Mitchell to left. Here comes Griffey. Here comes the throw from Bell. It's high. Griffey is safe. The Mariners lead it 3-2.
Real good shape here, but the ball takes off on him. It's on line, but look at Alomar. He has to jump high when he comes down. Griffey's already across home plate.
Well, if the throw's down low, Buck, I guess he might have gotten him. Now here's the pitching change, and you got to wonder, don't you go to Eric Plunk? Of course, this is hindsight. You figure with 2 outs, maybe you could get away with Lilliquist there, but against the right-handed hitter Mitchell, third to Keith Mitchell at second base. Eric Plunk, right-hander, now comes on to face the catcher Dan Wilson. Plunk, the former Oakland A, last year had more strikeouts than innings pitched, so you know he can bring it. And again, you get a question. I mean, you could second guess all day. I mean, he might have liked Lilliquist working outside to Mitchell, but now Plunk had better bear down here, or else the Indians will find themselves behind by 3. Wilson swings at the first pitch, strike 1. Off speed, grounded to short. Vizquel to Murray. And the Mariners are gone, but not until they've grabbed the 3-2 lead. Sandy Alomar and company trying to tie it in the bottom of the 10th. Time to a 3-2 lead over the Tribe. Don't forget, immediately following the conclusion of this game, which could be in 3 outs, it's the Giants and the Pirates from Candlestick. Joe Myers and Jim Cott standing by to bring you the Giants opener at home.
Comes right at you.
Alomar goes down swinging, so 2 batters faced by Ayala, 2 struck out. 9-year-old Manny Ramirez. Strike. Ayala moving the ball around. Ayala from Oxnard, California. A little bit north of L.A. Here, the president, Bill Clinton. This man is John Adams, beating the drum out in the bleachers, as he did at Municipal Stadium. Inside, and Ramirez is aboard. So with 1 out, the tying run is aboard, and a pinch hitter for Mark Lewis. The good-hitting third baseman, Jim Thome.
Yeah, but he's not used to having so many guys around him.
As I know, he usually has the whole section himself. Nobody felt the pipe down. Here's the young left-hander, Kevin King, that's come out. So we've seen Lou's youngsters here in a money situation.
Well, so far, Lou has played it by the book. He knows he doesn't have a legitimate closer down there, so don't fall in love with Ayala, even though he looked pretty good. Go with the percentages. Wayne Kirby comes on as a pinch runner with 1 out. He represents the tying run.
Jim Tomey with the high socks, a la Rusty Staub. Kevin King. King is 7th round selection in 1990. Here's Tomey. We told you it's Charlotte last year. He hit .332 with 25 homers, 102 RBI. Lewis sits with the... There's a shot down the right field line. It's going for extra bases. Kirby around third. He will hold up there as Buhner up with the ball very quickly. Buhner, one of the best right fielders in the American League, and right there you saw why.
Watch the follow-through finish up here. Turns on it, hooks it down into the corner. Watch the play by Buhner. Remember, he's playing in this park for the first time, but plays the carom perfectly. Grabs it on one hop and makes a perfect throw to Tino Martinez at first base. This is going to be a problem for Lou Piniella, closing out the game.
Two Mariners, just one out, bottom 10. Kevin King trying to nail it down, but with the sacks full, Omar Vizquel traded away by the Mariners to the Indians in the offseason. Vizquel 0 for 3 and a walk. 1-0 pitch. Ripped up the middle. Oh! Play is made at second base. The tying run scores. The force out is made at second on the base runner Lofton. What a play by Amaral to save the game. And now Piniella saying interference and he couldn't turn the two, but Lou's not going to win this one.
No. Kenny Lofton slid hard into second. Amaral, what a play he made to start that potential double play. Second. Take a look at the play. What a play by Amaral initially, and he gets rid of it quickly right to Fermin. But look at Lofton. Fermin spins around, and Lofton is fine right there. No problem at all with that slide. He just slides hard and takes Fermin's feet right out from under him. Look at
114 RBIs last year, and that'll be an uncontested, again, pitcher's indifference. 3-3. Tomey, the potential winning run, leads off third. 1-0 pitch, hit in the air to center field. Should be routine for Griffey. It is, and we move on to the 11th inning. Each team scoring here in the 10th. Come on back now, yeah.
The next game, our doubleheader is underway. Zane Smith in the second inning at the stick against Matt Williams. Oh, he connected. That's going to get out of there. His first career home run against Zane, his first of the year. Over the gap, and the Giants have a 1-0 lead for John Burkett. We'll get you back there if our game ever ends.
Look at Amaral's adjustment with the glove, Buck, at the end.
Watch the little bounce right at the end. Skips on him, and he gloves it, unloads quickly to Fermin. It was only Lofton's speed that kept the Mariners from turning two on that play. Fermin turned around the opposite way, but it was only because he had to go with the throw.
If he could have continued, they had a shot at the double play. Pops him up in the infield. Vizquel makes the play this one out. Game in right field. Here's Tomey in his socks at third base. One attempt by Amaral. That one kind of nonchalant. It eventually made the play to Murray. It was 2 outs. Is the ballpark what you thought it would be, Buck?
Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous. They've done a great job. I think everybody that has an opinion, the fans are close to the action. Everybody right on top of the game. The sidelines are tremendous. Ball players are really thrilled with it.
Swung on and missed. A breaking ball gets Flowers, and we head to the bottom of the 11th. Bell, Murray, and Sorrento. Last year. Doubled his last time up. Also reached on an error. He's 1 for 4, but has been aboard twice this afternoon. Albert Bell, so better be careful. Oh, Bell, the green light at 3-0, and he pool cued it to first. Tina Martinez will make the play, and the dangerous Albert Bell is gone. Solo home run off Zane Smith. That's where they stand in the third. Joel and Kitty and the Hotel California gang ready. Eddie Murray sends it deep to center. Back goes Griffey. Back. It's off the wall. Murray around first into second base where he'll make a turn for third. And a hold with a double.
Watch his reaction. He gets all of it right there. That little hesitation. He thinks it's gone. Now he sees it might not go out of here. Hustling around there. Takes a big turn around second, but sees Griffey get the ball back in and stops. Watch the reaction on the bench. Get up. Not quite enough.
He rips it to center. Griffey has room. Murray will tag. Good throw by Griffey, but it's cut off and Murray on into third base. So a good rip by Sorrento took Griffey back to the track. 2 out and Sandy Alomar Jr. up.
And with Murray at third base, moved over there on the fly ball out to center. So Alomar will take first. It'll be up to Wayne Kirby.
He led everyone in the majors in assists last year with 19 from the outfield. But they're not worried about his arm here. It's his bat. There goes Alomar with another one of those indifference. It's not a stolen base, but he's on second anyway.
Well, what a...
Base hit down the left field line. The Indians have won it. Wayne Kirby has made the debut of Jacobs Field complete as the Tribe win it 4-3 in the bottom of the 11th. One of the newest Indians, Eddie Murray, scores the winning run with his one-out double. And although it didn't look right for Cleveland with Randy Johnson taking a no-hitter into the 8th inning, perseverance and maybe officially the beginning of a new era here in Cleveland.
Wayne Kirby got a tough pitch to handle, but he rips it over Mike Flowers' head at third base. Eddie Murray raises his arms as he comes home to score the winning run. Indians got a little bit of everything today. Wayne Kirby cashes in Eddie Murray.
And a look at the Cleveland dugout, Buck. Hey, 1 down, 161 to go. So a happy ending here for the crowd of over 41,000. A debut day at Jacobs Field. For Buck Martinez, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching. Now let's head on out to the stick with Joel and Jim.